Hey everyone, thanks for joining in. Today we're going to be talking about some voicings on the piano that help you to play in all different keys and also are going to help you learn the Nashville Number System. And if you're unfamiliar with the Nashville Number System, there's going to be another video that will go more into depth with that, but you will learn a little bit about that in this video. Alright, so we're going to start with our right hand in the pentascale position for the key of C. And we're going to use the first chord, or the one chord is going to use the thumb and the middle finger. And it's very important to use these correct fingerings because then it'll help you to memorize this for every different key. So our first chord, or our one chord, is going to be the C and the E note. We play those together. And then our second chord, or our two chord, is going to be thumb and ring finger. And then our 1/3 chord is going to be thumb and pinky. Then our 4 chord is going to go thumb and ring again. And then our 5 chord is going to be our thumb and our pointer finger. And then our 6 chord is thumb and middle again. And then our 5/7, this is the only one we don't use our thumb on. It's our pointer finger on the D note and our pinky on the G. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. All right, now with our left hand, we're just going to walk up the major scale. 1, which is C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then when you put that together, you have Alright, so that's your first level of it, or your most basic version. Then from here on out, we're just going to add notes to our left hand to make it sound a little bit more full. So the next thing that we do is we just add the octave lower for the C. So we start out with 2 C's, and then D minor 7, 1/3, or C/E, and then we have our F, which is our 4 chord, G suspended, A minor, G/B, back to 1. Okay, now if we want to get that a little bit more full, we're going to add a note in the middle of our left hand. So it is, we have our octave C's, and then we're going to put the 5th in the middle, so a G. Then for the 2 chord, we're going to do the same thing. So we have octave D's, and then we put the 5th in the middle, which is A. And then here's where it breaks the pattern a little bit. So if it was just the 3 chord, we would put that 5th in the middle, but it's going to be a 1/3 chord. So our pointer finger has to go to the C note. So it's E, C, E, and then C and G. That's our 1/3 chord. And then moving to our 4 chord, remember this comes down to here. And then the left hand, the pointer finger, so the note in the middle, is going to stay on the C note, and then we move to the F. And then for the 5 chord, or the G suspended, we have G, D, G, C, and D. And then for the 6th chord, or the A minor, we have A, and then we have the E in the middle, so the 5th. And then for the 5/7 chord, remember this is the only one that we don't use our thumb on here, so we use the, and then we have B and B, and then the middle one is going to be a G note. So this is a 5/7 chord. And if you ever see that 5/7 or G/B, is what it means is we're playing the notes of a G chord, G, B, and D, and then we're just kind of like making them out of order a bit, and we're putting the B note in the bass. So you see how we still have the three notes G, B, and D, but the B is in the bass. That's how we get a 5/7. And then I'm going to play them all in a row now. All right, so these are some pretty good voicings for popular style songs that involve some block chords, but without having to move, without kind of like moving in that linear motion right there. So this has some pretty decent voice leading and gives you some nice suspensions or just some other notes that kind of make the chords a little bit interesting and kind of keep some common notes in there, so it has a nice flow to it. And this method right here is very easy to transition into another key. So if I use that same pattern, I was just playing in the key of C. Now if I move everything to the key of D, so I'm going to use my D pentascale, and then my left hand just has to play the scale. And then I use the same pattern of fingers in the right hand, so the 1 and the 3, or the thumb in the middle, and then thumb and ring, thumb and pinky, thumb and ring, thumb and pointer, thumb and middle, and then this is the one that goes out of position. You got the pinky and the pointer, and back to 1. Now you see how easy that was for me to change key? Now I can do that for any key, and once I have this right hand in a muscle memory, is all I have to do is know the scale in my left hand and I can play any group of chords. So if I say I move to the key of A, I can now play and then say if I were to do a chord progression, I'm going to go 4, 1, 6, 5. It's very easy. Now if I say 4, 1, 6, 5 in the key of D, see how that works? It just helps you to play in many different keys and get the chords sounding kind of familiar and very smooth changes. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully that helped and gave you something to practice while you're at home. And please feel free to email me with any questions that you might have or leave a comment below. Thank you.